What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you all having a fantastic day or night. However you listen and digest this podcast, we love you. I am Brad, joined as always by my homie Jack. We are the Nerds and Mike podcast, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I am exhausted because today at work was just so bizarre. Like having because it's like we had to do. I work for a company that deals with foam and also like makes like hospital beds. So
Okay.
with that being said, we had to get a usually like the amount we did yesterday. Oh shit, I apologize, ladies. My phone just fucking went off and that was loud on my fucking desk. I am so sorry, guys. Let me mute that right now. That's wow, what a way to open up the pod, right? But by making y'all ears like fucking bleed. But no, what happened was the amount we got the amount of beds we made yesterday. We had a truck waiting today, and we had to literally get like the same amount within like 4 hours. So that was just like and like now coming back home, I'm just like fucking like, whew, I'm just exhausted, bro. I was like, yo, I cannot wait
Yeah.
to just sit down and just talk.
I mean, I'd be exhausted too, bro. That's insane. Wait, so did you just finish your shift today then? And that was like what you were
Yes,
doing? Okay.
yes. Because usually I work in shipping, but I got transferred to a different department. And no, yeah, today it was just like, oh my goodness, just like so much work. But it's finally over now. We're now here to record a podcast, so it's like we never stop working over here at Nerds and Mics, man.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, with that being said, I also want to talk about one more thing. Obviously, we just recently had Mother's Day, and you literally came out to Michigan to spend time with your grandma, I think it was,
Yep.
correct? How did all that go?
Oh, great. Yeah, no, it was really fun. We just got like I got to revisit with family, like my cousins live out there, or like my aunt and uncle too. So, that was nice. I mean, it wasn't really even really like a trip too. Like when we got there, we were just immediately doing work around her house and stuff, because like she's old and she doesn't like, for some reason, she has the money for it. She can have like people mow her lawn and shit, but like, dude has not come through. Like we were had to like clean out her gutters and stuff. Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So, and it's just like, she's like, oh no, it's fine. Like, don't worry about it. We're just like, no, like these problems like over time will add up and like they'll just become. And then, dude, the other fucking thing, I think I told you about this. So fucking, I was literally going to sleep and I was in your stream, and then all of a sudden, I just hear fucking scratching in the fucking walls. And so I was like, what the fuck? And like, luckily, cause like I was in the guest room, and like there's two guest rooms in my grandmother's house, and like they're conjoined by this little bathroom. And luckily my mom was in the bathroom, and I was like, yo mom, like come in here. Do you hear this? Like I wanted to make sure like I wasn't fucking insane. Like, like,
Wow.
how like if you like, I don't know, like a ghost shit or something, like
Yeah.
that's how I always, if like I'm ever in a horror movie, I'm never gonna be like, if I see something or hear something, I'm never gonna keep it to myself. Like those characters that do that shit are so dumb. They just like don't say anything, and I'm just like, yo, do you hear that? And she's like, oh yeah, I fucking hear that. I was like, thank God.
Oh
Like
my
I was
gosh.
like, thank God, like I'm not fucking, yeah.
Wow.
And basically, I don't know what it is, but today I think she had some people come out to her house to check like for like vermin or whatever the fuck, or like things living in her walls. She was like, yeah, it's a chipmunk or something. Like I saw a chipmunk going underneath my like porch like a couple days ago. And then like when she was on the phone with like Orkin or whatever the company that she's using to exterminate,
Right.
they were like,
Right.
yeah, ma'am, chipmunks aren't actually, they're not nocturnal, meaning like they don't like come out at night or anything. So it would not be a chipmunk in the fucking walls. Like it would probably be like a raccoon or a bat or like something like a rat, or maybe a
Oh.
mice. I don't know. But like I
Oh.
literally you could hear it
Oh.
scratching, and then I knocked on the wall.
Oh.
I knocked like where it was scratching, and I was like, "Yo, can you just chill?" Like I was like literally just like saying like just like calm down, like, and it would stop, and then as soon as I would go silent, it would just start scratching again, or like, and then at one point it went above me and it was on in the roof.
Oh
Uh,
my
yeah, and
gosh.
I woke up at like 2 points during
Oops,
the.
this fucking-
Yeah, I woke up. I woke up in the middle of the night like at two times to just like scratching and like kind of like it sounded like footsteps above me, and I'm like, what the fuck? Uh,
How did you get any sleep? Jesus
I just put
Christ.
like music on, and then like just had that. Literally, my mom like was like, "You're just gonna have to like ignore it until the morning," and I was like, "Great."
Oh, wow, dude, that is bizarre. I mean, you know what? Okay, if we're sharing stories about crazy shit that happened at grandma's, I'll share this before we get into anything else about the
Yeah.
pod. I remember one time because my grandfather has dementia, so it's like literally he has like psychedelic crazy experiences in his head because he just literally he's losing his mind.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was like spending the night there, just sleeping, fast asleep, in nice dreams. I'm like, running around in the field, just like having the best time of my life, you know. And literally all of a sudden, nowhere, like I hear like my people banging on a door, and I'm like, wait, what the shit is happening? I just woke up and I was like, I was like freaking out. And my grandpa's like, "Hey, get out of here! We have intruders. Where are our guns? Get the guns right now! What the hell's going on?" And I wake up, fucking get my blankets off of me, rush and get up out of bed, like, and like try to run to the living room to see what's going on to try to protect anyone in the house. It turns out literally it was all 100% made up. But needless to say, I was not able to get back to sleep. I had a very sleepless night. It was insane. I mean, dude, just think about like that's almost literally like the meanest prank ever. I mean, obviously it wasn't a prank because he
Yeah.
legitimately believed that it was there, but it's almost like a fucking prank. You wake up and my grandma's like, "No, it's not real, Brad. Go back to sleep." Needless to say, like I literally sat there with my hands crossed, like on my chest, just staring up at the ceiling for the next like 5 hours, just being like, "Oh my god, dude!" Like I was shaking, I was freaking out. It was scary. It was so scary. Oh, like I will never forget that night. That was insane.
I mean, that would traumatize me, bro. Yeah. I mean, what the fuck? Damn, that sucks.
oh, oh my gosh. Okay, well, we actually, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, have to take the conversation. I don't know where you take the conversation from there, but we're just gonna move on anyway. Um, sorry. Anyway, one more crazy story before we actually fully move on, because I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget to tell this story on the podcast. On the way, literally, this happened tonight, like literally probably like 4 hours ago. Or less than that, more like an hour and a half ago. I got home from work. I was coming home from work, and I stopped at a gas station just to get some gas and just to get something to drink. And then excuse me, I see like people were like yelling at the other like gas pump next to me. And I thought maybe like, oh, they're just going crazy. It's nighttime, just like, screaming, having fun. And then literally this dude like goes in the back of his car. Someone else is in the driver's seat. Someone pulls out their skateboard and like hugs onto the passenger side with the window down of the car, and like gets the feet on the skateboard, like places the feet on the skateboard, holds the fucking car, and then he gets on the main road trying to ride on his skateboard while holding that. And dude, they start fucking just like, it's just like like they were going like at least like 30, 35 with him holding on for dear life on a skateboard. Dude,
Yeah.
I literally saw that, and my facial reaction for y'all listeners, it was like my eyebrows went up, my eyes were big, like I didn't even care like if you look cool or that was for TikTok, bro. Like, is getting famous on TikTok worth literally like you probably literally getting run over by your homie, like literally with the car? Like that was insane, bro. I couldn't believe that shit. Whew.
I mean, that just reminds me of like Back to the Future when Marty fucking hops on. I mean, like maybe, yeah, probably for TikTok, but maybe he got some inspiration from that. I mean, it's still not smart. It's like you still shouldn't be doing that shit. Like, but
Dude,
still.
bro, bro, Jack, that's hilarious. I never even thought about that. Wow. Yo, he was trying to be like Marty.
Yeah.
Like, Doc, are you telling me that it's 8:45? Precisely. Damn, I'm late for school. I gotta rewatch those movies, man. Such fucking great movies.
They're awesome.
What was your favorite Back to the Future?
Oh, dude, that's a good question. I mean, I
I'll say
think
this straight up. I know
yeah.
people usually say it's like the OG is the best. My favorite actually isn't the first one.
Okay, which one is it then?
I really enjoyed number three. I really liked it with them going like back to the past.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. I really did.
I think, to be honest, I think what's it called? The second one is probably my favorite, but I do like the third one. I mean, they all are really great, bro. Like
Yeah, they're all fantastic. No,
like
yeah.
the third one's a vibe though because it's like a western, you know, and it's
Yeah,
like
I love that.
it's like western kind of sci-fi and like I don't know, it's interesting. They yeah, I that's a crazy trilogy that like who would have thought like where it went, like what they did with it, like yo, good shit. Whoever, yeah, I think it's
No, yeah. Michael J. Fox kills the role. He crushes it. I love because there's like so many different like shows who have made like parodies on those movies because they're so
yeah, so many.
fantastic. Like I literally saw one. Um, but no, yeah. I think I like number three just because it's like it's a mix of past and future, and I think that's why I enjoy it. It's just like you get the best of both worlds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. And also like you get to see literally like the school that's being built where it all took place from the first movie, you know. So
Oh yeah.
no, yeah, I liked it. And instead of like getting the DeLorean up to 88 miles an hour, it's getting the train up to 88 miles an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I I remember literally the Doc was like, we need to get this train up to 88 miles an hour. And then he's like, well, if you literally shoveled that bitch with coal and literally get it hot, and I mean really, really fucking hot, then you could probably get it up to 88. And yeah, just like how it's like he teleports back to the future right before he literally goes off the cliff. Like
Yeah.
it was just awesome.
I mean, that's why I also this is kind of like a little bit off topic, but at the same time not. But that's why I like Rockstar because they always have Back to the Future like Easter eggs and stuff in their shit, and because they have Red Dead for the Western like Back to the Future Easter
Yeah,
eggs,
I didn't even think about
and
that.
then
Yeah,
they have like GTA, which is like obviously the fucking like DeLorean is in GTA 5 and stuff,
right.
and yeah, like all that, and they have certain missions that are literally like direct Easter egg. They have like Easter egg shit to Back to the Future, which is really cool. So yeah,
No, Rockstar is fantastic. Their games like usually always hit. They're always great. And anyone, either whether it's GTA or Red Dead. I mean, have they really only made two franchises, just GTA and Red Dead?
no, they've made other games. They've made I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Bully, which is basically like GTA.
I have not.
Yeah, no, Bully is really fun. It's
Okay.
one of my favorites at least. It's a really cool game. It's literally just like GTA, but you're like in a school and you're like it's like a prep school and shit, and like you're a bully, you know, and like you you get to choose what to do and shit, and you get to choose like how the story turns out. It's really fun.
That's definitely like Rockstar's vibe, though. Is literally that you can just do whatever you want and just like punch the fuck out of people. Like that's one thing I do like about Rockstar.
You can
'Cause
do a
people
lot,
ask me
and
like,
yeah,
yeah, people ask me like, yo, like, do you play GTA? I'm like, yeah, but like, yeah, I do, but I just go around just like punching people in GTA. So,
yeah, no. I'm currently editing some of our GTA videos, and I've
oh,
been
yo,
seeing
let's
that.
go.
But
Oh, you have, yeah, you've literally seen me in all my glory playing GTA. Just literally go around putting on my brass knuckles that are legal in the US and just go around just punching people.
were brass knuckles not legal elsewhere? I mean, I'm sure in certain countries they're not legal,
Well,
but
I know for a fact they're not legal in America. I'm pretty
oh
like
really?
sure on that. Yeah, because I remember literally seeing something because it's like they're just so dangerous, and some of them have like sharp like blades where you can literally just like go through someone's face. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty I mean, maybe I could be wrong. If someone any of your listeners correct me, but I feel pretty confident saying that they are illegal. Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say because I knew some kids in like high school that had brass knuckles, so maybe they just like
Okay.
they just knew how to get a connect. I don't know.
Maybe they did, yeah. I mean, I'm sure in other like Middle Eastern countries they're not legal. They're definitely legal. So I just
Yeah.
remember seeing something in America. They're like, yeah, this weapon is like, because I guess like for like guns and stuff, like Either like they can be used not just for like protecting yourself, but also just for like having fun, like shooting things. But it's like they figured like with brass knuckles, there's literally nothing else you do besides like hurting someone. So that's probably what their whole like thing was about. It, you know what I mean?
I mean, you could I don't know, prep
How
some.
you hunt with brass knuckles, but if you can pull it off, let me know.
You could mash some potatoes or something. You could you know, pulverize some meat if you're getting it ready for
Yo,
you know.
if you can make me some fries from with brass knuckles, that would be lit. Please let me know, any of your listeners, if you could do that shit. That sounds fire.
I mean, yo, it's America, bro. If there's a will, there's a way to cook
That
fucking shit.
You know what, Jack? That is actually that. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyway, yo, going from that, I wanted to say this. And this made me think of this because I saw the article and I took a picture right away when I went on Google News feed, and I just like I literally was so sad. Um, I don't know if you heard this, but like Family Guy and American Dad are both getting canceled
Oh, really? I mean,
because Seth MacFarlane has decided that he just wants to move on to other things, and he's just tired of doing this thing for like he's been doing for like 20 plus years. So he's kind of like, you know what, bro, like it's run its course, it's done enough. And he's like, he literally, I saw it before, and I wanted to make sure I didn't like uh be like, oh, this might be a rumor or not. Like I went on there and literally he says that he fully confirms that he doesn't want to do it anymore. And the writers are like, okay, well, we can't do this show
without
without
him.
without this guy who does like seven different voices on each show. There's
Yeah.
no way there's no way this thing runs without him. So he was like, they were like, yeah, this thing's over. And I'm not gonna. Oh, yo, I feel you, Jack. Yo, I was drinking Monster before the stream too, baby.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, fam. But no, yeah. When I saw that, can I be honest with you, Jack? I cried, bro. I really
Really?
did. I mean, I can only explain it to you like this. When you watch a show that's been on ever since you were a kid, and even though it's not made for kids, when you watch a show that you've been entertained for as a kid and it just keeps going and going and going, even though the later seasons are not as good as the earlier ones, which I know a lot of Family Guy fans feel that way.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, since it's been on for that long, dude, it literally is the end of a fucking era. And I was so upset. I was really sad,
Yeah.
you know?
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, like,
I mean, just think about it, bro. That show that's been on like literally since we were fucking born, and like it's such a dynasty of a show, like, and now it's just like over after 20 plus goddamn years. Now it's just done. Like, just to think about that, man, just literally makes me sad. It really fucking
yeah. I
does.
mean, but like, you weren't even watching it though at the end though. But like, you're still just like sad because like,
I've seen every single
oh
episode.
really?
Even I mean, like when you're, it's kind of like you know how like you said with like Marvel fans, like unless you're like a diehard fan, you don't really watch any of like the Phase Four and stuff like that. That's
Okay.
kind of how I feel with those shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So you watch it anyways. Like you'll still like.
oh
So
yeah,
I didn't realize that every time you said that like the newer season is just bad. I thought you were just saying because like you watched one season that was newer after, was it 12, right? You said 12 is the
I
best.
was saying like 13,
Oh,
14.
13,
Yeah.
13, 14. So I thought it was after like 13, 14 you
Oh
stopped
yeah, man.
watching. But no, okay, you stopped. Okay, damn. Okay, cool. Well then damn, that does suck though.
Yeah, bro. And like I said before, like there was I remember there was an episode in like season 20 that I watched like probably about a couple months ago, and it was their play on it was Peter, Quagmire, Joe, and Brian. They all did a bit about them being the Doors, the band.
Oh, nice.
And like
That's pretty funny.
Peter's like and Peter's like, I'm leaving you guys. I am the Doors. And then Quagmire's like, whoa, Peter, slow down. We haven't even named ourselves that yet.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, like you said, I think like earlier, like it's hit or miss, right? Sometimes that
Yeah.
they really can be like good or not. And
Absolutely.
that's the thing with the older seasons though, is that they're just like consistently good. You always have like a banger like right after another.
100%. It's just like a show like the OG seasons are just something that you could watch. You could just binge watch like all day, like for 6 hours straight, and just literally constantly get so many laughs out of it. And that's just what I fucking loved. And no, yeah, bro. And even like with American Dad, man, like even with that, I still saw every single new episode.
Yeah.
Like it's like you said, it's now when I break it down this way, I totally understand what you mean by when you're a diehard fan, you still just watch these things. So like how you are with Marvel and DC, that's
Yeah.
exactly how I am with Family Guy and American Dad, or at least how I was, because now it's all over. Oh
Well,
man.
I do wonder what he's planning to do now.
I am too.
Because I know he does have a live action show, I believe, or if I don't know if it's still going on, it might be.
You have any idea what it's called?
It's called The Orville. And it's
Okay, I think
it's,
is it a Star Trek thing?
yeah, it's like a Star
Okay,
Trek parody,
yeah.
or it started
Yeah,
off
yeah.
that way, and then it kind of like turned into its own thing. It's like it's apparently funny and then also like good, and like it has like, you know, actually like good action and moments of like you know, emotion and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I wonder if he's going down that path. But like after you said that like 21 plus years or whatever, like it's kind of time, you know. I feel like he even
Right.
understands. Like I feel like this is kind of the same, probably like similar to how I felt when like George Lucas was like, yeah, I'm out. I'm not gonna be doing any more Star Wars
Yeah.
stuff. And I was just like, damn, like I guess like I understand it. Like bro literally was doing it for like almost like at that time I think it was like 40 years or something like that, and that's crazy to think about. But yeah,
So long, bro. That's so like, and I think it's just kind of like, it's like how I feel is you're such a dynasty. You're such a goated franchise
yeah,
that like now that it's all over, it's like dang, like you go on this journey and you rise all the way to the top, and then you stay at the top for so long, and then now all of a sudden it's just like done. Like it's just so crazy to be at the top for so long, and then all of a sudden it's just like boom, like it's just over. Like, you know, that's kind of like, not to like totally change subject, I just want to throw this in there, but like that's how kind of like how I feel like when Kobe Bryant retired, or when LeBron James will
yeah.
retire. It's like they're just so important to sports that it's just like when they're gone, it's just gonna be like wow. It's like now that whole 20-year era is now just done. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I know even like he even worked on like kid shows and stuff before that, so his influence has been in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like I think he even worked on Johnny Bravo, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not like mistaken. But
Seth MacFarlane did.
yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You know what? I think I remember him saying that on like Jimmy Kimmel or something like
Yeah.
that. So I think you're correct. Yeah.
But yeah, he's just been like, if not even 20 years, more than that too. His influence of just like
Yeah.
everything, you know, just yeah, it is gonna be crazy. Maybe I know he has a band too. Maybe he's gonna do more of that shit. But
He definitely is a very he's definitely a trained and very 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 good singer.
oh yeah,
So I've heard it like literally. That's what, and like I'm gonna say this straight up. And if you disagree, that's fine. I just like this is. I feel very confident saying this. After those two shows and just everything else he's ever done, I think Seth MacFarlane is the best voice actor of all time. I think. I think just like what he's done, being able to play so many different characters, and like also like to be able to do different accents for different characters, like a table read has to jump back and forth from like Stewie, Peter,
yeah,
Griffin, the dad, like Lois's dad, and like also to be able to do songs and have the characters actually seem like pretty decent singers while doing a whole different voice from yours. I mean, that's just like going a whole nother level. So he's just solidified to me at least.
yeah. I'm sure people would argue that like Justin Roiland, who does like Rick and Morty, is like up there because
Yeah.
he. I mean, but technically, I would still argue that Seth MacFarlane is just like actually like better at his craft than like
Yeah.
even that shit, because like most of the time fucking Justin Roiland just does the same exact voice, and it's just that
Yeah, that's right.
it's just a different character, and that's how they differentiate between it being, you know, a new person or something, so it's not that original.
Like
Uh,
if you want to use that argument, I understand because I just started rewatching some Rick and Morty, and it's a fantastic show. It's super intelligent. I love the sci-fi, very sci-fi like atmosphere of it.
mhm.
But I don't know, man. Like I think if you're just arguing one character, I mean, there's like if it's just one character, then there's like hundreds and hundreds of other voice actors in there. But it's like it's just it's not. I don't think it's like really an argument when you only play one character versus this other guy who plays all these other characters really, really well.
Yeah.
So to me, I think it's inarguable.
Yeah, he plays them to the point where you can't even recognize him as like the
Yeah.
same person, you know? And it's like, yeah, maybe he like, I guess somewhat you could say that for like Rick and Morty, but like cuz he does both voices, but still it's like okay, one's just a really deep voice and one's a really like, you know, high-pitched voice. Like Stewie is completely different than fucking like Brian or
Oh
fucking
yeah. Or
what's it
Peter.
or fucking why can I think of I can't think of the alien. Why can't I think of his name?
Roger.
Roger. Jesus, how the fuck? Why did I blank on that shit? Yeah.
Dude, you know what's funny? I had this conversation the other day. Because it's like literally because like, I was talking about how like Family Guy and American Dad are over. Uh, it was like who's funnier, Roger Smith or Stewie Griffin?
I mean, like low key, they kind of are very similar in the aspects.
They definitely make the show that
Yeah,
much better, in my opinion, at least.
and they're similar in the aspects of like like I guess their sexual promiscuousness. Like they're
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
they get up, they both kind of like both sometimes go both ways, and that's
They're
what
they're
makes them
both
funny.
bisexual.
Yeah.
They're both like I remember one time like Stewie was like handing out flyers for like him and Brian doing a music show, and he's in like the Chardonnay alcohol aisle, and he's like handing flyers to moms, and then literally he sees this like super jacked like good looking dude, and he's like, "Hey, where you taking that Chardonnay?"
Well, yeah. So I mean, but like I think to be honest, like Stewie does make me laugh, but at the same time, Stewie just is like crazy. Roger just is like he's so
I mean,
absurd. Look,
not acknowledge that Roger he's definitely crazy too, for sure.
oh no, I know, but he's like he's an alien too, but he's just weird looking more so than Stewie. Like even though Stewie's pretty fucking weird looking.
I mean, literally, there's jokes all about people like, yo, he has a tumor in his head the size of a football. Like,
What's the one fucking and then like he has like an offspring or something or no that's Stewie no yeah what is Roger has like an offspring or something too. It's like that like I forget what his
oh,
name is. It's like
oh, okay.
is it Grogu or something else like that, or it's not Grogu.
I think
Like
it's Rogu, something like that. Rogu. I know exactly who you're talking about, but I
yeah.
can't think of his name. But
But
yeah, he's definitely hilarious too.
I mean, dude, they both kind of like, dude, that's actually really difficult to choose. I don't know.
I'm gonna say straight up, I think when I break it down, I might have to give Roger just ever so slight
Yeah.
edge. And the only reason I do that is because he does so many different personas, and some of the personas that he's done, I've literally like almost choked on food because I was laughing so hard. Like,
Dude, that
like,
actually, yeah, that one episode where they're all like, his personas multiply, and it's like, dude, the one where it's like Rick, it's like, is it Ricky Savage or something, right?
Ricky Spanish.
Or Ricky Spanish, that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, dude, that shit's so funny, bro. It's
Oh
so
man.
dumb.
And I like literally he has like the stupidest little like oh what the fuck is it called? Like stupidest little like man like ponytail in the
Yeah,
back,
yep,
and he
rat
wears like a
tail.
dumb vest. I think like his vest literally says like I'm at the zoo or some dumbass shit like that. And then literally he just goes around like killing people, and whenever he kills people it's like Ricky Spanish.
Yeah, I know.
Like, oh my god, it's awesome. No, yeah, see, dude, like, bro, this is the moments that Seth has given us, and now it's all gonna be over, dude. Like, think about how sad this is, fam. Like,
Yeah.
this is why I fucking cried, bro, because I'm gonna miss this for real.
So is it gonna be like basically they're done after this season? Are they gonna do like a couple and then be done, or is it like
That I haven't confirmed. I haven't seen it confirmed yet.
yeah?
I know for a fact of this. I'm assuming since it's literally canceled, he might grind out this last season because I think they're already like 15 episodes into this season. Because they're in season 21, I believe, or Family Guy. And I think
Okay.
American Dad's like season like 17, something like that.
Oh shit.
And yeah, crazy. And I think that, I mean, even if they stop at 16, that's still like a decent season for a show. So they could stop it right now, or he could just grind out a couple more episodes and be like, yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna walk away and go do something else.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of options. He definitely like if he wants to do something else, people will definitely give him the like,
Oh yeah.
you know.
I mean, he's in my opinion, he's definitely a solidified comedian. Obviously a solidified voice actor. So yeah, like, and he's obviously big enough to where he could pretty much go get any kind of like real deal that he wanted to from any network.
Yeah.
So, so hey, who knows, man? Maybe we'll see a whole nother show that Seth will just pop up out of nowhere. Maybe he might start doing, because he's not even old at all. He's like mid 40s, so it's like
Hmm.
he could literally just go do like he can maybe just start doing like live action movies or some stuff like that.
Yeah,
Which, hey, I'd be down to see.
he tried to make one a couple years ago. It did not go
Oh yeah,
so
wasn't it
well.
like some Western kind of movie?
A Thousand
Right?
Ways to Die in the West. Yes.
Yeah. Was it good, or did it kind of suck?
It was like it was like your general like parody. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh,
Hello?
okay.
Sorry, yeah, we I got a little disconnected there.
Oh, you're fine. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even notice it.
That was my
To
it was
be
my
honest.
connection. You froze, so it'll look really
Oh,
really funny on the
okay.
VOD.
Hey, you know what? That's fine. I mean, we've already had some VODs that have gotten uploaded that it's like, oh well, unfortunately we like there was no one else here but me for a good 10-second period. But no, yeah, was that A Thousand Ways to Die in the West? Was that like that suck, or was it actually like not a bad movie?
Last time, yeah, like last time I checked, it was just like your very generic kind of parody movie.
Okay.
If you've ever seen one of those, like it didn't take itself too seriously. There's just like constant jokes left and right, kind of like a Family Guy episode, but like real life. And that sometimes doesn't always work if you're because like
Yeah.
with real people, sometimes you really want like to follow a story and a connection, and that's a little different than like Family Guy, where the characters they can be like emotional or like complicated or
Right.
whatever, but most of the time they're just like what you see on the surface. They're the stereotypes of what they present themselves as. And then
No,
like,
yeah.
but yeah, for the movie I think it just didn't work well for a lot of people. But yeah.
I agree. Yeah, look, with animation, like I am personally more a fan of live action than animation, but I definitely will agree that animation, the possibilities are just like endless. Like the sky's the limit, because you can just do so, and especially with animation, like especially with Family Guys. I mean, since they have like a talking baby and a talking dog, like they can make it look like it's so not real looking that they can get away with so much stuff.
Yeah.
So that no doubt, yeah. I think live action also, like with animation also, like you don't really care about, like, since it's just kind of like a joke, you don't really care about having like a super deep connection to a character, where when it's action, I kind of like having a movie where it's like I feel an attachment to this main lead role that, like, it kind of like carries the storyline and makes it better. I don't know if that makes any sense to
No, yeah.
anyone else, but yeah.
I mean, that's like a lot of people, unless you're just like someone that just doesn't like fuck with like a main character in a movie. They want to connect with like the people in the
Yeah.
movie. They want to like be like, oh, okay, I fuck with this person or I don't. If you don't have that, that's just like, what are you doing?
And this goes perfect into the last topic that I really was sad to hear. Correct me if any of our listeners, and if you know this, bro, and you might know this too, Jack, because
Okay.
as a Marvel fan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw another post the other day that Tom Holland quit Marvel.
No, that's a rumor. No, that's
That's
not
a rumor.
I mean, no, bro. He's signed on for like 5 more movies. So
Okay. Thank God.
That's I don't know. Where are you getting these rumors from too? Or where did you find that?
Well, I literally just I went on like Google Newsfeed and I just read like a big article all about literally saying that Tom Holland is quitting it and that someone else is gonna play Spider-Man. Like an actual like I saw that an actual like that a female was gonna play the new Spider-Man and it's actually gonna be like Spider-Woman.
I
And I was
mean,
like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
yeah, bro, you got to be careful what you read on the internet, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
they literally like were going. I don't know if you heard about this, but at a certain point, like right after I think Endgame came out, they were going to like Sony was gonna just cut off Tom Holland from being in the MCU, and because like he couldn't be Spider-Man anymore, basically, or like in like the world, like he was crying, bro. He was crying, and then he called up like the head of like Sony and was like, yo, like you guys got to figure this out. Like I like,
Right.
I want to be a part of that world. So like, if he's just all of a sudden being like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do it anymore, I'd be like, like what? That doesn't make any
Right.
sense, especially after
Well,
he made a deal with Disney to like do 5 more movies or something like that. So
can I ask you, where do you get your Marvel information? Like, is there anyone you follow on social media?
yeah, there's people I follow on social media, and then also like, well, like people I've worked with and stuff like that. So like, yeah, it's a whole treasure trove of information when it comes to like Hollywood. You can really find out a lot, just like gossip and shit. So, but yeah.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well then, I was like I was freaking out for no reason then, because yeah, I was like, oh no, Tom Holland's gone from Spider-Man. I was gonna be so sad.
I mean, yeah, the the thing I think I follow on like YouTube mainly is they're called New Rock Stars. It's like a YouTube channel, and they break down a bunch of like Easter eggs and stuff, and they also like talk about like confirmations and things about like Marvel and what they're gonna do. Especially like they were covering like all that shit with like Jonathan Majors, which currently like with that stuff, what's it called? His fucking manager group or whatever, his like managers dropped him, which is not a good sign.
Right.
And like he's still like Disney's like hasn't really commented on what they're gonna do with him yet, which is like kind of sus. But yeah.
Yeah. No, it does sound a little sus. Okay, before we sign off, don't say too much, but just like give me what you heard. You saw Guardians 3. What did you think? Is there something that's gonna definitely like shock the world?
I mean, okay. If you are an animal lover, this movie is very hard to watch. I will say that.
Okay.
Like,
That gives me fears about Rocket.
well, yeah, but also there's a lot of like fuck shit in it, and like I'm actually surprised
Okay.
how much you can see and how much is like shown in it. Like I was surprised that this shit was a PG-13 movie, low key. Because and dude, RIP any fucking families taking their kids to this, because it is not a family film. I mean, it is kind of family, but it's still not like kid appropriate, I would say.
Well, I mean, no, I don't. Maybe this is just me, but like, I mean, no Marvel film is really like a kids movie, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
but
mean, they're rated PG-13 for a reason. You know what I mean?
yeah, but like I still know people. I've been at fucking Marvel movies where people have brought their kids and they're being like, yeah, like with Iron Man or some
Right.
shit, or
Well, I
like
mean, those parents might be a lot more lenient than other parents. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I mean, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of crazy kills in this, and like just crazy shit that like you just wouldn't expect, and also just fuck shit too, because like I said, there's just like a lot of for like animal lovers, there's a lot of torture and things like that. And yeah, but it's a great story. It's a great way that they ended the Guardians, and like what potentially what they'll do with the rest to come, if there is more, if they're gonna do
Okay.
more.
Well, let me ask. Let's just assume this is the last movie. Now I want to do this. Rank Guardians of the Galaxy, the whole trilogy, from best to worst in your
Oh
opinion.
shit. Damn, that's a really hard one, bro. I mean, dude, I don't. That's like I have to honestly, I have to rewatch probably 1 and 2 again. But for
Oh,
now,
really? Okay.
yeah, I have to rewatch those just to like remind myself of everything, because like there are bits and pieces I remember, but like I need to just remind myself of everything that like went on in those movies. But for this one, like this one was really fucking good. It for me at least, it paid off. Like everything that at least for me as a Guardians fan, that I wanted in a Guardians movie, it fucking delivered on that shit. and it was just like it was great. I don't know, and that's just me as a Guardians fan. So.
Right.
If you're Guardians, if you like Guardians of the Galaxy, I think you'll fucking love this movie. I would love to know somebody that doesn't, because like that's my bias, and like but yeah, it's a good fucking time.
So technically, you can't really rank any of them.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to until I see, bro. I don't know. I mean, like
I mean,
like,
because I'm getting ready for the third one. I just rewatched number one. I haven't rewatched number two yet, but I rewatched
you gotta
number one.
watch number two, because I think
Yeah.
number two is up there. Like that's why again I need to rewatch it. But there are great scenes that I at least remember from, and like they kind of reference in the second one that I was like, oh shit, I forgot that happened, or shit, like I forgot that this happened. So like I do need to go back and like revisit those. And then obviously like all the stuff that happens in like Infinity War and Endgame as
Right.
well.
Yo, this is a random question, but speaking of like Chris Pratt, have you seen the new Super Mario Bros. Movie?
No, I have not. I I don't know. I
'Cause,
just
dude,
haven't.
you know what's wild? Not to cut you off, but you
Yeah.
know what's so crazy is that they this is the first movie of the year to make over $1 billion.
Oh shit, yo, that's crazy.
Like people thought, like literally, and I hear even like older people who are in their 40s and 50s, like they went and saw it and they were like, I can't even put into words how classic of a movie it is. So
Oh wow.
I mean, they're putting it up there with like literally one of the best animated films of all time. So
I don't know
I was
about
like,
that.
I was like, damn, is it really that? Bro, I might have to go see that movie, Jack, and give my review on it, dude. Like, I mean, I haven't heard. I've seen a lot of interviews and podcasts. People talk about it. I've never heard, and yes, this is not like information I read on the internet. This is actually like I'm hearing people's podcasts and they're really talking about it.
Yeah.
I've not heard one bad review at all. So
Okay.
I'm like, yo, I might have to fucking go see this shit.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't really think that you could like do wrong. I think the only criticism that I heard was like from critics, and that was like them saying, "Oh, it doesn't like flow as a movie or some shit." They were like trying to analyze it too much or some shit. Like like looking at it as and it's like it's like a fucking Mario movie. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
And that's why like audiences are having such a good time with it, because it like is just it's a fun movie.
No doubt.
Gotta
And
have more
I
of
like
those.
I think that's why people enjoyed it, because it was just like, sometimes they're like, yo, sometimes I just get in like a stupid mood and I just want to I don't want to have to think every time I watch a movie. I just want something to make me laugh
Oh
and
yeah.
just enjoy myself and just like literally. I think it's just they're describing it as one of those comedies where you can just like sit back and watch it and just literally like not have to be like super attached to, like we just talked about being attached to a character. Like it's one of those movies where you don't have to literally like be so involved and watch like every single second to be entertained. Like you can literally just like see it and just like enjoy yourself and just watch the fucking movie. So
Yeah.
but I will say this. I've said this several times, like I haven't seen it, but like it's got a fucking damn good cast.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's another thing.
Brad Pitt, no, not Brad Pitt. I'm sorry.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, Seth Rogen. There was one more. Who the fuck? Oh, Jack Black plays Bowser.
Keegan
yeah, it's just
Michael
literally-
from Jordan, or sorry, Key and Peele. Sorry, yeah, Keegan Michael is the other one from Key and Peele. I don't know if you know that comedy duo, but
I do not know who that. But
oh no, dude, you don't know Jordan Peele?
say the name again. Jordan Peele. Okay,
Jordan,
what has he been
Jordan
in?
Peele
What has he been in?
and Michael Keegan from Key and Peele,
Okay.
bro.
I know Michael Keegan. I've heard that
Yeah.
name, but okay, name some things Jordan Peele has been in.
Well, Jordan Peele has like recently been in like he's directed a lot of stuff. Like he's only been in TV shows, like from what I know. A lot of like he's been in like shows I'm gonna name that you probably haven't seen. But he's just like a comedian. Like they're two stand-up comedians. They had a show together, like I think in the early like 2010s or whatever. And there was like a skit comedy show. They were fucking hilarious. But yeah, Keegan Michael is the other half of Key and Peele.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Jordan Peele has made like Get Out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that movie. The fuck is the other one? God damn it, I can't think of it. The one with the UFO. I think it's Don't Look Up. Yeah, that's that one he's made. The one with the fucking I can't think of the fucking name. God damn it. All right. Well, yeah, he's just there. It's really funny how he went into horror and stuff, and like he became a director. But they're just comedic actors. Like they had a show together. I'm surprised you've never heard of it. I think one of them is from Detroit, or at least from Michigan.
Okay. Uh, he was just in a movie called Nope. I've heard of
Oh,
I've heard of
Nope.
that.
That's what it is. It's not Don't Look Up. It's Nope. Yeah. Sorry.
Uh, Get Out, can Oh, he was in Toy Story 4. Um, oh, he was literally I mean he might have just been a guest, but he was also in Rick and Morty.
Yeah, no, they
Um,
play like they're like I said, like him and Keegan Michael are just comedic actors, and they will be in a bunch of things. They're really funny. You probably have heard their voice before, or seen them in something.
okay.
Uh, but yeah, so yeah, Keegan Michael's in it. Sorry, that was such a long tangent, but yeah, you should definitely
No, that's all right.
go on YouTube later at some point and look up Jordan, or just look up Key and Peele. All right, I keep saying like Jordan Peele. Key and Peele is the name of the show, and Key and Peele, it's so funny. It's just like a skit comedy show. The two of them, they play like characters in all of their shit. Like I'm surprised that you haven't, bro. It's kind of like I feel like it's your kind of humor too. It's really funny. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Holy shit. Dude, that's the thing, is like literally now that I've like realized, like getting older, like people literally, well, they want to talk about movies and they want to talk about TV shows, they want to talk about music. And I run into a lot of people that definitely especially want to talk about fucking anime. And it's like literally when I haven't seen these things, it's funny how literally people just are always like, "Oh, bro, how have you not seen it? Such a classic." And I'll be like, hey, do you listen to this guy?" No, I do not." "Bro, you would love him. He's one of the best artists of all time." And it's just like, holy fuck, like shut your ass up. God damn. Like leave me alone.
Sorry,
I want to be
didn't mean to offend you there, Brad, but I'm just saying, like, I just thought that,
I'm
you
just
know,
joking, dude.
you
I'm just joking.
you would have heard of it. You've been in a comedy, man, you know. So, but yeah,
Yes, I'm offended. You can clearly tell by my voice. I am pissed, bro. But no, I mean, he's clearly been in a lot of stuff that I love, so it's like I might totally have to check that out.
yeah,
Um, but no, yeah, dude. Needless to say, that I don't know how we literally went from like a whole different thing. We were talking about the Mario Bros movie.
Mhm.
But yes, that you know, I was okay. Now I remember what I was gonna say. Because people ask me like, well, what's the best animated film of all time, and I always go straight to ones that I watched as a kid, like Shrek, Madagascar. Dude, you know what one I literally forget about, and like I think it's extremely underrated. Have you ever seen Have you ever seen Megamind?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Dude, that movie is awesome. I loved Megamind. That was one of my favorites. Will Ferrell as Megamind. Brad Pitt as that. I think his name is Metro Man,
Yep.
as like the villain of Megamind. Like, dude, that movie was
Jonah
incredible.
Hill's in that. Tina Fey.
Jonah Hill, yes,
Yeah,
Tina Fey. Dude, that movie was awesome. I always forget about that one. I almost want to rewatch it. The fucking the soundtrack is lit. They play like a bunch of like Michael Jackson and like some
oh yeah,
80s and 90s rock. Like
it's
that movie
great.
was lit. I loved it. Um I don't know. I don't know. I always just go to ones that I watched so much as a kid. Like literally, I've seen Shrek. I think I've spent more time watching Shrek than I have been alive. Like I've seen Shrek so many goddamn times. Um, that's a really good question, man. Like, have you seen every single Shrek movie?
I don't think every single one. I think I've seen up
There's
to,
four of them.
maybe I have then. Maybe I have. I don't think I've seen
There's
the Puss in Boots movies, but I've seen at
Well, I
least.
don't count those as Shrek movies. Those are spin-offs. I
Yeah, I
don't
know.
count those.
But like, is it the one? I think the most recent one that I remember is the one with like Rumpelstiltskin. Unless is
Yep,
that
that was Shrek Forever After.
so? Is that
I
4 or
think.
is that 3?
That I mean, I say it's Shrek 4, but the real name is Shrek Forever After. But it literally is like the last movie
Okay.
made. So yeah, they have Shrek 1, 2, and 3, and then they have 4. And like the concept is very weird. Like I don't even know what the fucking ogre is. But literally they made it fucking work, I guess.
I mean, an ogre is like it's like a medieval creature or whatever. It's like a fable, you know, like fucking like orcs and shit, and like like dragons, you know, bro. It's like fucking fairy tales, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because the whole movie is just like based off of like There's so many fairy tales in there. Like
Yeah.
I remember the very first movie they tried to literally that like fucking old bitch tried to like sell Donkey, and then literally he gets fucking like he has like pixie dust fly all over him, and then he's like, hey, I can fly, and they're like, he can talk. He's like, and the Eddie Murphy is Donkey's like, that's right, fool. Now I'm a flying talking donkey. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't, because like as a kid, I didn't care about like the name of the actors. I just cared about the characters. But like looking back, watching Eddie Murphy as Donkey was so perfect. I mean, that could not have been you couldn't even have written that better than
Yeah.
having him as Donkey.
I mean, I literally like I will quote that movie to this day. Like I'll be like, and
Yeah,
in the
cool too.
morning I'm making waffles. You know, like
Oh yeah,
fucking
we can stay up late, share stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
yeah.
Another one that I love is when oh, what the fuck is that? When they do that when they do the whole when they finally end up in what the fuck is that place called? When they get to Lord Farquaad's tower and they're
Yeah.
in like his little town.
Mhm.
And then when Donkey like pulls that lever and it plays that little song with little like
Oh
animated
yeah.
objects, and then when it all ends, Donkey's like, "Wow, let's do that again." Like you know what's funny about that? I remember seeing a post on Instagram and they were saying like what Shrek quote suits your everyday life, and that was mine is wow, let's do that again. Like you know with crack and it's like yo, let's do that again. Like
God, I mean, yeah, no, Eddie Murphy, like that's another one where like the cast is really just like out, like
Mike
it's
Myers,
yeah,
Eddie Murphy, who plays Fiona? I don't even fucking remember.
yeah. Fuck. See, is it
I'm looking that up right now.
is it wait, fuck. It's a blonde chick or something. No, it's a dude. She's like in a movie with Tom Cruise. What's her name? Wait, I gotta think of her name.
Okay, yeah. Where is it? Well, it's not even showing her on the cast. What the
Hold
hell are you
on.
doing, Google? But anyway, they got Mike Myers,
Yeah, just
Eddie Murphy.
tell me who it is. I don't even want to guess. My brain is not working
Yeah,
right now.
well, like it's not even showing who. What the hell, man? I'm going to Google and looking at the cast. Okay, here we go. Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz, that's who it is, bro.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Dude.
Usually the main like when you okay when I search up a movie then you can go over on cast and you like usually the main roles show up like first. Like she was like way down the list. I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
But yes, Cameron Diaz, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mike Myers is Shrek and Eddie Murphy is Donkey. Chris Miller, I don't know I don't remember who the fuck he plays, but anyway. You know another character I fucking love from that is Gingy, little gingerbread man.
Oh god, yeah.
Another gumdrop plot.
I mean, Lord Farquaad, bro, dude, that's my favorite, dude. His name, do you understand Lord Farquaad? Because like, what?
I don't understand that name. Is
Oh.
there a joke there?
Yeah, Lord Fuckwad.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yo, I know all y'all watching, you're like, yo, Brad, you fucking dumb white fuck. How'd you not figure that out?
No, I mean,
But dude, I never thought about that. Wow.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
insane.
it's a point though, bro. It's just like with any like with anything we've talked about, like with SpongeBob, with any other like kind of kids thing, like they try and slip that shit in there and they get it, they
Right.
get away with it, you know, and like yeah, no one ever bats an eye, and I'm sure there are some parents that are like, yeah, that's the reason why you're not gonna watch Shrek, you know, they won't let their kids because it's like,
Oh,
but it's
I
like,
get it.
bro,
Yeah.
you don't even fucking understand that, like as a kid, like what,
Nah.
like well, you don't even know what a fuckwad
Like,
is, like what?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even like think until I literally turned like maybe like 14. I didn't realize that when Shrek was like, "Oh, that's Lord Farquaad's castle." Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
Yeah,
Like,
see?
I never knew that. Like, oh, he's talking about his dick.
See,
Like,
so
never once did I think about that.
they can just throw that shit in there because as a kid you don't fucking get it. You just look at, you
Exactly.
know, Green Man and Donkey, ha ha ha, funny, you know, like
Exactly. Yeah. All you're focusing on is literally just Eddie, like Donkey's voice and like his mannerisms. Like, I'd probably say the only thing that would be considered that a kid would get is like when when they're in the castle and they're getting chased by I almost said dinosaur, the dragon,
Yeah.
and literally Shrek sliding down the slide, and literally he gets hit in the fucking dick, and then literally he's like, "Oh my god, that hurt." Like, I mean, but as a kid, like that's still just like funny as a kid.
You
Like,
can
I'm sure
understand
literally, yeah, I'm like when I was 6, I got hit in the fucking nuts, and I was like, "Ow, that shit
Not
made me
fun.
dizzy." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know, but I still think here's what I'm gonna say. Like, but you also like I noticed that like older people they have some sayings that like I don't get at all. Like, I saw like speaking of Eddie Murphy, I literally saw a his like stand up special. I think it's Delirious, where he wears a red jumpsuit,
Yep.
and like it's like from 1984. And I was like, there was a couple jokes in there that other people would watch, and they're like, oh, I laughed my ass off at that. But since I didn't step foot in the 80s or 90s once, I was like, what did I am I missing something here? Like, what did I just what?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and like, and I heard Joe Rogan explain it so perfectly. He's like, literally, if you watch Eddie Murphy, I mean, one of the goats. Like when you watch Delirious, he just, excuse me, just balls out. And like if you don't get it, I understand because it's not 1984 anymore. But if you were in 1984 and you saw that, you would have been blown away. You would have been like in the presence of greatness.
Yeah.
So no, yeah, like because like those some jokes they talk about like. I talk about like huge celebrities from the 80s. I'm just like, wait, what? I never heard of that person before because they were only popular in that decade.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Have you never like thought about to like look up those people or like look up like what the like is it literally like when I do that with old shit too, like I've done the same thing where I've heard a joke like maybe in like something set in the 60s or something, or I'm like, what the
Right.
fuck does that mean? And then I'll look it up and I'll be like, oh shit, like that's actually funny, like that makes sense now, you know, like
Right.
I don't know if you ever done that before.
I feel like I may have done that once or twice, but and like dude, just the thing is like people who are older, they get so mad. Like they get like, bro. I remember literally until I didn't start listening to like Tupac till I was like 19, and they were like, "Oh, Brad, how can you not fuck with Tupac? He's one of the greatest of all time." And I'm like, dude, like you have to understand. And like when he started in 93, and then when he unfortunately the tragic death happened in 96, 97, like I wasn't alive for any of that. So like, dude, it just was not my fucking time. Like I've gone back and listened to him, and yes, he's made some incredible music, but
Yeah.
it's like I've listened to it. It doesn't do much for me. I'm not like from that era, so it's just like I don't know. Like I wasn't alive. Like what do you mean? How could you be mad at? I wasn't even like a thought of being in existence yet. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I don't know.
I mean, I just think of it like this: if someone like says some shit that like from our childhood, and you're like, "What the fuck? Like, how do you not know that?" And like maybe they're younger than us or something, and you're
Right.
like, that's just basically how they feel, you know? They're just
Yeah.
like how would you not? And it's just like they can't help it but like react, even though technically you can't really do anything. You can't choose what fucking era you're born. You can't choose where you're born or
Right.
what race you're gonna be. You have no fucking
Right.
decision, you know? So like.
You didn't say like, okay, yo, like parents, please fuck now so I can be born. Like
In the
no one.
1960s, you know,
Yeah,
in fucking
exactly.
in New York, and you know, like what, like,
No, no, I was never like, okay, mom and dad, can you please do it so I can be born right now? Like, what the
yeah,
fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but also, you know what's funny about you say that though, man? It's like most things that I did when I was a kid are still literally going on right now. Like literally, like SpongeBob is still going on. Like
yeah,
literally, artists that I love, Eminem, Wayne, Drake, they're still going on right now. So it's like now, obviously, like if there's a show that just started and the kid is like 10, then I probably can't relate to it. But it's like if I don't even know existed, I wouldn't even ask the question about it anyway. So it's
yeah,
like I would say most things that like or are were popping when we were young are pretty much still going on for the most part right now. You know what I mean? Like Cartoon Network is still going on, Nickelodeon's still going on. Like I think you could definitely still ask an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old like, hey, what's better, Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon? I think they could probably still give you a pretty good answer of shows that were popping. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, hopefully, I mean, I do know a couple like some of my like younger like cousins, like they don't even watch TV though, low key. They just watch YouTube and shit. So it's like,
I mean,
you know, that's just
true.
sometimes different, I guess.
But you know what though, man? Low key, like I have this feeling that like I feel like everyone should stay. If you don't, that's fine. But that is just what in my opinion, I think everyone should stay up to date with YouTube because I feel like at a certain point, YouTube will literally uh be the king of everything.
Yeah.
Like it'll dethrone Netflix, it'll dethrone Hulu. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I think the only reason that YouTube hasn't taken over all these streaming services is because sports are still a thing. Like I mean, yeah, you can go to like YouTube, I'll probably catch a game on like YouTube Red or YouTube TV or
Yeah.
some shit. But like for the most people still enjoy like going to fucking like a bar and like watching a game with all their friends. So that's still a thing. But I think if sports didn't exist, I think YouTube would already like dethrone everything. Like
Yeah.
it's heading in that direction, straight up.
Maybe one day we'll see, Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon on YouTube. Who
That would
knows?
be lit. Hey, I'm down, bro. Like,
Mm.
I mean, straight up. I mean, the only thing is though, it's like, that's gonna be like so interesting because it's like, I wonder if like, I mean, you already pretty much have it on YouTube. You can just buy seasons of like Cartoon Network, of like Adventure
Shows.
Time
Yeah.
or SpongeBob or Fairly Odd Parents and shit. You don't have to go watch it on Netflix if you don't want to. Um, but that's the thing though, man. It's like I wonder because like will we like how I asked the whole question like, oh, what if Disney just buys out every single thing and then it's like all you have is just Disney Plus. It's like I'm sure we're gonna
Mhm.
get to a point when like let's say 10 years down the line, like I think in 10 years YouTube is gonna be literally even somehow bigger than it is now, even though literally like I don't know, I've never met one person in my life who doesn't use YouTube. Like even like my grandma who's like 75, she still will watch like old music videos on YouTube from like the 80s and 90s. So like I mean dude, like literally ever all roads, even like Google owns YouTube, like all roads point to YouTube. So it's like I feel like at a certain point, like what if it's all just like, yeah, just throw away all these streaming services, let's just have YouTube. And also like if they have Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon on there and like Adult Swim and all that shit,
Yeah.
like I wonder how that'll work because it's like you have to, the way they generate money is you pay for a streaming like service plan on Hulu or whatever the fuck. And but on YouTube it'll literally be a video, so it'll just be free. So it's like, will they have to pay for it on YouTube or like would it be free? Like that's what I think they'd have to work out.
I mean, yeah, I do wonder, like what the percentages would be. I mean, I know that like there are certain shows that are even like if they're old enough now, like they'll be just post like episodes on YouTube. So I do wonder like
Right.
what is it like how does that work? Like what because like sometimes the shows will also still be like on a streaming service, but like so technically they're still like posting them for free on YouTube. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah. Or like some random dude will just be like streaming a fucking TV show on YouTube or like TikTok or some shit. You know what
I
I
mean that's
mean?
sus. Yeah, you shouldn't be probably watching that. That's like illegal. But yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, is like if it's illegal, why does YouTube allow them to go live on it? Like, don't you think YouTube would be
Oh,
able to just shut down their live stream?
they try to. I mean, there's so many live streams, so it's like a matter of like regulation. And I don't know if it's like a bot or if it's like someone that actually has to go through and actually manually ban the live streams when they do stuff like that. But
I feel like
usually,
right.
yeah,
Sorry.
usually that's just what happens though. Is like once they find it though, they're done. Like they don't allow that shit ever again. Same on Twitch.
I feel like it has to be a bot, bro, because there's like literally, I think like since this podcast started and when it ends, there was already like tens of thousands of videos being uploaded to YouTube. So
Yep.
it has to be a bot that just goes through that manually. Like there's no fucking way that's some random. I mean, if there is, man, then God bless his soul or his or her soul. But like, dude, like if that would be insane if that's some person out there is going through every single
I mean,
goddamn video.
there are pretty crazy jobs out there, and I don't think hopefully it wouldn't be just one person. I think it would be like, multiple people doing like, multiple shit. But yeah, I don't know. I would have to look into how they do it though.
Dude, bro, whoever that is, that person better be getting paid so much goddamn money. Because could you imagine sitting there going through and what if the videos are like several hours long? Like, could you imagine going through like, dude, I remember watching like I didn't watch it, I just like saw it and I was like, wow, this is stupid. Some video got like 7 million views because the video literally the title was 255 hour long video, and literally the video was 255 hours of just some random pixelated screen. And like the comments were like, dude, this guy's a legend just for having his PC go this long. Or like, oh my god, like this must took like days and days to like render and edit and like just to like literally upload. I'm like, dude, could you like if some person out there is literally like going through those videos, I can't imagine how just like painful that would be.
I mean, actually, like, I'm trying to think about it right now. Like, that is that probably what the report button is for? Like, what if they don't check every video until somebody reports it, right? And then once someone reports the video, then that's when they check it, and then they're like, oh, okay, there's some such shit going on. Because like, low key, this is like the video has already been taken down, but there was like this music video that I fucking like fucked with in like freshman year of college and like up until like now, and I actually have it downloaded still. Because like they took it off of YouTube, but at a certain point, it's like a trippy like psychedelic thing. But at a certain point, it does have porn in the middle of it, and dude, that shit was up for like 8-7 years, and eventually, and eventually they took it down though, because it was like right in the middle.
Bro.
It was like 30 minutes, and it was like right in the middle, and it was like a little part. But eventually, I'm sure someone saw that, and then they were like, all right, yo, report that shit. That's not allowed to be on here. Get that out of here, you know?
Wow. Bro, that's insane. That's what, like, you know what's funny? I remember when this was probably, like, maybe when I was, like, 15, so a couple of years, like, literally, wow, how old am I? 22, so 7 years ago. Wow, that took me way too long to figure out. But you know what's that's why I didn't pass math. But dude, you know what's so funny is that like my dad he's like, yo, do you think they'll ever allow porn on YouTube? And I'm like, you know what? I know, like, yeah, your eyes just like, ladies and gentlemen, Elio just listening, his eyes just got big. Like, why the fuck would a dad ask that question to a 15-year-old kid? But like, bro, I like that's the thing. It's like, I think that if you're over 18, they would add it, but every single kid in the fucking world knows they'll just change their birth date. Like if they were born in like 2009, they're just gonna change their birthday to like 1984 or some shit. Like everyone can do that, unless they literally come out with something where like each phone or any single fucking device can just like scan you and they can see like you're like how you look, and they'll go by how you look, and like then it'd be like, oh, you're actually not like this age, you know what I mean?
Ooh, I don't know if you know about this. In Utah, in like Salt Lake City or whatever, Utah, like the state, you cannot access a porn site until you upload your government ID to to verify your age. Yeah. So, and I think it's
they
actually
only do this in Utah.
In Utah, and I think it might be a couple other states too.
Okay.
To like, they're trying to like stop people from watching porn that are underage and like just like porn in general, because like now a bunch of people, basically as soon as that became legal though, or like the law was passed in Utah, the amount of VPN like purchases went up in the state. Like it was insane.
Wow, bro, that is insane. I never heard of that.
Yeah,
that is wild, Jack.
That's the world we live in now, you know.
I mean, okay, here's what I'd say. I definitely approve of that, because it's like, I will say this. Any like 18, 20, even like plus year old people, I feel bad for you literally if you like I feel bad for if you literally like don't have an ID yet and you can't fucking like masturbate. I feel bad for all you people. I really do. I can't imagine going through everyday life and you're not getting laid and you literally can't like masturbate. I feel bad for you, fam. But dude, that's like insane. Like I mean, what if that? I mean, people might just start doing that shit. I mean, it would prevent a lot. But it's like, what if they don't? What if they like just steal their fucking like parents like shit to literally have an ID? And like, so I wonder if there actually will ever be a way to like fully 100% track down how old a person is through technology. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, at this point right now, it's just blocking people from accessing it if they're not.
Yeah.
But then again, like I said, you can have a VPN and you can get right through that shit though. So it like really,
that is true.
It doesn't do a whole lot, but it's just whack. Like even like Like a lot of people have just talked about, like even that, like not like porn supporters have talked about how this is like actually like not good though, like the regulations for it, and like it's basically like they're like limiting what people can fucking do now on the
Right.
internet, and that's like far off of like some fucking like, you know, dictatorship, you know, like, so it's like some shit in China that they do, you know, so it's kind of
Yeah.
sus.
I think I don't know. Yeah, that's a crazy ass law. I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, that because that's the whole thing. It's like when we go back to YouTube, it's like how they were like, yo, will they ever allow porn on there? It's like I think that's the only gonna be the real thing is like, yeah, like to be able to verify your age, because it's like, yeah, literally how like Twitch has like laws, but it's like I've had several streams where I've had random people who be like, "Hi, I'm 11." You know what I mean? So, so it's so it's
Yeah.
like I've had that happen several times. No matter like that's the thing. It's like you have to just accept it now. Anyone who's a content creator and you listen to us or you watch our streams or listen to the podcast, whatever, like you have to just accept the fact that no matter what you stream or what you content you make, you will have some sort of kid watching that shit. And
Mhm.
I don't know, man. It's like people who literally put up like 18 plus. It's like, dude, like I respect it, but why even fucking bother? You know what I mean? Like, why even fucking bother? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I specifically do it because especially with Cyberpunk, there's a lot of
Oh yeah,
adult shit in
watching
it.
you play that game. Yes, there is. Yes, there fucking is.
I don't.
Yes.
I mean, like you know, my 18 plus is there. You know, if they know the warning's there. So if they're not 18 and up,
Right.
they're taking the risk by coming in. You know, they shouldn't be there, but you know, I'll take it anyways. You know, I don't really care. Like as long as they're not fucking being annoying.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, obviously, I grew up when like Twitch and YouTube was like starting to become a thing. But hey, I had a lot of age restrictions too. When I was like fucking 5 or 6 years old, I was just playing on like a little like toy like game that was like it was like I don't know how to describe it. It was like a Game Boy Advanced for like kids, but it only had like kid oriented games.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Which you know what? I guess if you want to count that, that would be my first actual console I ever played. But like, I guess when I count as a console, I want to kind of like an actual like video game console. That was kind of just like a educational like electronic toy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for learning. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, hey, I like I said, like I've said this before on the pod. I couldn't watch any like PG-13 stuff till I was maybe like 15, 16. I mean,
Oh shit.
I would go watch it at like my homeboy's like house, and I would play like God of War when I was like 7 at my homeboy's house. But like as far yeah, my like growing up in a very religious house, bro, there was a lot of shit that I could not do.
Damn. Well, now you're experiencing it, so it's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm experiencing a fuck ton of it.
Nice.
We live in a generation now where that's like now we have like porn at our fingertips. It's great. It's fantastic. Like, everywhere you go in 4K high def.
Nice.
Hell yeah. But yo, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get out of here, man. That was a great episode. A lot of laughs, a lot of good topics to cover. Yo, I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. I am Brad. He is Jack. We will see y'all in the next one.
Peace.